let's get started on making this really cool texture train. I'm starting out with the horizon line, the line that separates sky from ground. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my rectangular piece of tag board and I'm going to use that to make the cars for the train. Now that I've got about 4 rectangles drawn, I'm also going to add wheels onto the bottom of the train cars. The other thing that might be helpful is that first rectangle. Let's try to make it look like the engine part of the train, the part that starts and leads the whole thing together. So I'm just going to add on a triangle for the front, the part where the smokestack comes out, and the part where the conductor sits. So I'm making that a little bit taller. You can see it a little bit better in pencil. Okay, lastly, let's go ahead and paint today. I want you to go around table to table, getting the color that you want for the cars of your train. You don't have to worry about putting on a lot of detail today. Let's just worry about getting a base color down onto our train project. Feel free to go around from table to table to get the colors that you want. Also, let's take a moment and make sure your name and class code is on it. Let's go ahead and start making some textures onto our project. I've taken a little bit of cotton, one piece, you don't need a lot, and I'm starting to spread it out and use that for the top of the caboose, or for the top of the engine. I'm also using some glue to start putting in some feathers and using some more glue to add on a little bit of aluminum foil texture, crinkling it up. And for my third cart, I'm going to go ahead and add some sequins into the glue. Any leftover sequins, just go ahead and roll your paper and get it poured back into the container. There are other textures that you can use as well, whichever ones that you prefer to put into your texture train. Now I'm taking a black oil pastel and adding on some details into my train and into the cars of the train. I'm adding on a highlighted light, maybe some designs onto the train cars, some connector lines to make it look like it's connecting, as well as some wheels for the bottom of my train. This is making it look a lot better, don't you think? I love the way this is starting to look. It's really starting to get very much more personal and making it seem like a real cool train. Also, feel free to add on any kinds of details that you want into your project. I'm just adding on a little bit of ground or grass into my project. I thought it might be kind of cool to start with a light green and then a dark green. And again, we've added on some actual or real texture into our train, but maybe I can make some visual texture too. Some fluffy clouds into the sky with my oil pastels, maybe a few highlights to make it look shiny onto those wheels of the train, and also some more highlights into the train tracks, making them look like they're made out of metal. Here are some texture lines into the grass to give it a little bit more of a textural feel. Can you see all that texture, whether it's real texture you can feel or visual texture that you can see? I hope you had fun making texture into your texture train.